Millepied, music video titled Demon by Zeds Dead, sponsored by Belvedere. The rhythm, the way it builds and the way the song releases, the moment in the parking lot and everything was kind of an interesting, had an interesting structure that I had to follow that I really enjoyed. Videos, I think, a long time ago. It was always an interest of mine because I think as a choreographer already you get to really, sculpt space with bodies. You use light, but yet the viewer is just always sitting in it's always the proscenium perspective of a theater, and the audience always sitting in different seats. In a way, with video, you get to pick the perspective of the viewer, and that's why I think I was attracted to a video in the first place. Liking to capture something visual, an atmosphere, a moment, an architectural place. So the combination of that plus movement plus dance brought me to wanting to make more films. Dubstep, and actually I used to listen to drum and bass when I was in my early 20s. So I actually saw a lot of people. I went to clubs in those days and watched some amazing dancing. I think part of what's interesting with the music is it's actually difficult to dance to in a way that you have to come up with your own style of dancing. In a way that's the thing. You never see everybody dancing the same way to that kind of music. So I remember going out in New York and seeing really people with very original styles. So when I listened to that music, I think it brought me back some memories. And I thought, why not make a dance video, with really some of the best dancers that I know here today in LA. The dancing in the video is kind of spectacular. I think I try to pick dancers that were all different one from the other, and I think that comes across in the personalities and their styles. Also the two dancers that are really face-to-face in the parking lot are two of my favorite dancers in the world, and I think they each have such original styles, and they're genius in terms of how they respond to music and improvise. I've watched them improvise that night, and it was breathtaking. That's something that I really admire, and I know how hard it is to get there. The choreographic process was a total learning curve. Never worked with kind of makeup that was so exaggerated, and so I figured there was a lot we had to do in post to make it feel realistic, even though the makeup was excellent. There's to bring life to it. We've spent some time just working with the image and the colors and so forth, and it was definitely very interesting. And I realized that certainly with the the graphics and the effects, it brought something to it, and I'm really happy with the result.